Good morning once again. Mr. Taboma Upa again. Security training. Yeah, today I'm going to be covering Module 4, Grade E, titled The Role and Function of Security. Which means the role that you play, you as a security officer in the security function. That is what we are dealing with today. The role and function of security. Right. Let's look at the objectives before we go any further. On completion of this module, the Grade E student must be able to, number one, these three categories the security function is divided into, right? 2, list 7 aims of security. 3, identify vulnerable areas and vital points. 4, list 5 vital points. 5, list 4 vulnerable areas. Those are the objectives of Module 4, Grade E, which is titled The Role and Function of Security. Right. Let's go to the question that I introduced with. What is security? Because we are doing basic security here to people who don't know security, what is it about? So it's just a reminder for the people who were with me on the introduction phase, as well as Module 1. I think I reiterated the fact that the definition of security is very important so that somebody can know what are we talking about here. Right. What is security? I said to you the definition of security is like this. It is the situation that exists as a result of the establishment of measures for the protection of information, property, or you can say material assets and equipment, or property, like if you combine everything, and as well as personnel, against hostile persons, influences, and actions. That is the definition of security. It is the situation that exists as a result of the establishment of measures for the protection of information, property, and personnel against hostile persons, influences, and actions. That is the definition of security. Why I am reiterating it again on this module is because now we are doing the role and function of security, which means the role that you play in the security function. Right. The security function has been divided into 3 categories, which is those that were included in the definition. Number 1, security of information, right, which is security of defense against industrial sabotage, documentation, and any information which can jeopardize the entity. That is security of information. It can be documents that have been saved on computer. It can be any documents that can be on any form of information storage. It can be literal documents that are typed or written down. It also falls under information. Then category 2, security of material assets and equipment. That is defense against theft, sabotage, and terrorism. All right. Material assets and equipment, in short, can be summarized as property. That is the second category, security of property. Number 3, security of personnel. Right. That is now defense against intimidation, blackmail, and subversion to the personnel, which is the workers now. Right. The role of security, what is really the role of security in this security function? Right. The role of security is to enforce and maintain, right, prescribed countermeasures as enacted by law. Anything can happen, so security is an inherent part of security. Right. Let's move now to the aims of security. Number 1, sabotage must not take place in your presence as a security officer. Right. 2, terrorist action must not succeed. 3, classified information must not fall into the wrong hands. 4, propaganda efforts of the enemy, subversion and undermining efforts of the enemy must not succeed. 5, make all concerned security conscious. 6, facilitate investigation through the police, right? Then number 7, make all concerned security conscious. Those are the 7 aims of security. That will be your second question. on the progress test as well as in the final test. First question says list 3 categories of security, which is number 1, security of information, 2, security of property, 3, security of personnel. Question 2 says list 7 aims of security. Number 1, sabotage that must not take place. 2, terrorist action must not succeed. 3, propaganda, subversion and undermining efforts of the enemy must not succeed. 4, classified information must not fall into the wrong hands. 5, prevent enemy from breaking through the security system. 6, facilitate investigation through the police. 7, make all concerned security conscious. Those are the 7 aims of security, sitting at question 2, both in the progress as well as in the final exam. Let's look now at the principles of security, how we actually do it literally, right? 1, embrace all who have access to classified information. You must embrace them, make them a part of you so that you know what is going on. Those are the people who have access to classified information. Number 2, defend persons who endanger classified information. People who come as a threat to classified information, they must stay away. Defend it. Then number 3, prevent access of classified information to the unauthorized person, which means don't allow anybody who is not supposed to access the information to get it. Number 4, classified information should be made known to those who really need to know, which means that's where we have the need to know. We're gonna do that when we go to grade B. Right. So those are the principles of security. There's no question here. It's for your own knowledge so that you know what we're talking about when it comes to the protection of information. Right. Then we come now to the vulnerable areas and vital points. As was said in the objectives, that you must know you must be able to identify vital points and vulnerable areas, and you must be able to list 5 vital points. You must be able to list 4 vulnerable areas. But in any case, you're going to only put 2 on the vulnerable. But the vital points, it's supposed to be 5. Right. So vulnerable areas, they say every factory or company a vital point or vulnerable areas. What are vulnerable areas to begin with? Those are those areas in which, due to their location, will make detection difficult and easier to penetrate. Those are what we call vulnerable areas. Examples given are number 1, damaged doors and windows. Obvious, it's easier to penetrate. 2, areas of poor illumination, where somebody may be sitting at the gate cannot see what's happening behind. Number 3, drainage pipes and manholes. Somebody can enter a drainage pipe or a manhole and re-image on the other side. Understand? Number 4, trees, buildings, etc., which is next to the fence. These are what we call vulnerable areas. Those are the places, due to their location in that premise, will make detection difficult and easier to penetrate. Right. Question here says list 2 vulnerable areas, both in the progress test as well as in the final. It remains the same. Let's check now the vital points. The vital points, the word vital means important. I think anybody who understands simple English know that. The word vital means important. So these are important points in other words. All right. We've got places like computer rooms. Why? Because our information is stored there. 2, electricity supply, because it's very vital for the company to operate. Nobody operates a company without electricity. Number 3, safe water reservoirs or water supply. Number 4, petrol pumps or petrol supply. Number 5, gas supply. Right? Then number 6, safe and strong room. 7, communication channels. These are what we call the vital points. Vital points are those places in the company, due to their importance, are vital to the company, which means they are important to the company for it to continue with its operations. Right. So the question now says list 5 vital points. Then you take from that. Number 1, computer rooms. 2, electricity supply. 3, safe water reservoirs. 4, petrol pumps. 5, gas supply. 6, safe and strong rooms. 7, communication channel. Let's look now at the contribution of security personnel, which is your contribution, you as a security officer in the security function. All security personnel must bear in mind the fact that they have important and enormous contribution to make in the industries. They should go out of their way to, number 1, do not discriminate towards race, creed, or gender. You don't have to discriminate anybody. Number 2, to identify and report all grievances. Anything that is causing maybe commotion or it's a grievance, you must report it to the superiors. Number 3, to recognize any traps set by the enemy. Then you can actually diffuse that situation. Right. The conclusion of role and function of security, they say the security at any organization plays an integral part in the safety of information, property and personnel, so every security member must therefore contribute. That is all about Module 4, Grade E, which is titled The Role and Function of Security. Let's check now the questions now. Question 1 says list 3 categories of security, right? Number 1, security of information. 2, security of material assets and equipment, or in short, security of property. Number 3, security of personnel. Question 2 says list 7 aims of security. Number 1, sabotage must not take place. 2, terrorist action must not succeed. 3, propaganda action, subversion and undermining efforts of the enemy must not succeed. 4, classified information must not fall into the wrong hands. 5, prevent enemy action from breaking through the security system. 6, facilitate investigation through the police. 7, make all concerned security conscious. Right. That is question 2, list 7 aims of security. Question 3, list 2 vulnerable areas. Number 1, damaged doors and windows. 2, areas of poor illumination. 3, drainage pipes and manholes. 4, fences, trees next to the fence, or buildings next to the fence. Right, so you only pick 2 out of the 4. Then the last question now says list 5 vital points, which are those very important areas in a company. If they can be disturbed, they can jeopardize operations of the company. Number 1, computer rooms. 2, electricity supply. 3, water supply. 4, petrol supply. 5, gas supply. 6, safe and strong room. 7, communication channels. That is all for today under Module 4, which is titled The Role and Function of Security. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. It's up to you. I welcome anything from your side so that I can continue doing the good work. Enjoy your day. See you in the next one.